hoppers, welcome back to Maxwell Starr's beer review. Tonight we're going to take a look at another growler from Big Tide Brewery. Going to take a look at their Indian Beach Nut Brown Ale. This Nut Brown Ale is one I think they first brewed last year, but this particular Nut Brown Ale is actually made using fresh hops from, I think it's Dunham's Hop Yard, or a hop yard that's located on Kingston Peninsula, New Brunswick. It's using fresh hops too, so it's a wet hop beer to go with like the current seasonal style of harvest hop beers, such as Propeller's Three Fields Harvest or Propeller and Sea Level's Alpha Dog. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, this one here, made with all Kingston Peninsula hops, sounds really good. It was brewed in a small batch, but they still had enough going around to put in growlers. And once that's gone, they probably won't brew it for a whole another year. Anyway, I'm glad I got a chance to snag a growler before it was all gone. So let's crack it open and see if it's any good. The cap's on there. Smells good. Something in my glass. From the shelf or something. Well, grab a glass if you want.
I'll give it a
Oh. Pour it kind of fast. For pouring it that fast, it's got doesn't really have a lot of carbonation. I poured it kind of sloppy. I mean, it's got 2 fingers ahead right there, but
nice
see that? Nice dark brown color. It's a little hazy too.
It kind of looks like root beer.
A little more orangey than root beer. It's like peach iced tea or something. And it's got a slightly tan head, but a nice creamy looking head. You sure you don't want a glass?
No, I am going to have a glass of it, but I'm just letting you do that.
Oh, okay. So I'll pour you one. Try it with me. Cooking something in the microwave too, so it's about to go off in a couple minutes. Glass here. Here's a nice opportunity to take a look what it would look like with a gentle pour.
Fire.
What, you think I'm going to jip you or something?
No, I'm talking about the screen. You're not in the shot.
What?
Oh, now you're in.
Okay. There you go. Don't scare me like that. Alright, so it's pretty looking. And even when it was gentle pour, it still came up with 1 finger head. So it's I like the fact that I poured it pretty sloppily the first time, yet I didn't get it all over the floor. So it's
yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so it's got a nice like peach iced tea brown hazy color with some lighter orange notes down at the very bottom. It's a very it does look brown, not brown. Gee. Yeah, nice thick creamy head. Give us a sniff. It's not an absolutely strong smell, but it's got a slightly herbal, slightly earthy grapefruit smell off the top of that.
It does, yeah.
And also hints of like malt sweetness. Maybe dusty from a little bit of yeast.
I don't really smell a lot of nutty smell.
Yeah, I don't really pick up a lot of nut. I'm thinking maybe that dusty kind of smell that I'm picking up might be a faint hint of like some kind of nut, like
Dust nut?
no, like a nut like walnut or pecan or something. Now I think for this one they when they used wet hops in this, I'm surprised there's not more of a hop note coming off of this one. It's actually quite faint. But when they used hops in this one, they gathered, I think, Hallertau, Cascade, and Nugget hops that were grown in the Kingston Peninsula. So it's quite a variety. You've got your Cascades, which provide, I think they're the ones who provide the, and Nuggets, I think, provide like the citrus grapefruit flavors, whereas Hallertau is a noble hop from Germany, and it's more like an herbal. Anyway.
My head's gone.
Your head's gone, well, so mine's almost gone too, and my food's ready. So moving right along, what time have we got?
We got 4 minutes and 53 seconds.
Let's give it a taste. Wow. That's got a nice thick nutty flavor to it, but it's also got a really fresh hop flavor. Do you like it? You're giving a weird look to it.
It's okay.
Mm.
To me, I don't taste.
It's not very sweet.
I don't taste a lot of the nuttiness in it. What I'm tasting is mostly a grapefruit.
Hmm.
Kind of taste.
Well, the nuttiness kind of gets at the
The back.
the
right.
the back and the top. Like it's focused on the center of the top and the back of the top of the nose.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'll drink
But
it.
yeah, on the palate you get like a lot of, along with a mild amount of like brown sugar sweetness, you get this nice note of grapefruit citrus and a little earthy too.
Mm. Yeah, you can definitely taste it in the aftertaste.
It's got a decent amount of bitterness. It's not like an incredibly bitter beer, but you get a lot of hop flavor.
Mm.
You get like a nice, that earthy and grapefruity flavors are very present. They're really there.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. A lot of hop flavor in
It
that.
doesn't have that. I don't detect that sour note that we detected in the other.
Yeah, and like they're bitter in the Hefeweizen.
Say Hefeweizen again.
Hefeweizen. Yeah, whatever. It's German. The W sounds like a B. Anyway, but yeah, that's actually really nice. There's a lot of little acing.
Mm.
Mm. But that's actually really nice. It's got this nice little bit of like brown sugar sweetness flavors. But that really that hop character, it feels like you're getting a lot more of like you should in a wet hop ale, where you get a lot more of the alpha acid flavors like that. Those flavors that you get from hops rather than the bitterness that you get from hops, and it's actually quite good. And I really like this.
It's very flavorful.
Yeah.
And normally I don't like these kinds of beers, so for me, I'd actually enjoy this one.
I don't so much pick up the typical brown, like there's a little bit of like fruity notes, like the apricot, I guess, what you find in a normal brown ale, but it's not like absolutely strong. It's overpowered by the amount of hop bitterness that's in there.
No.
It's actually quite tasty. It also finishes quite dry.
Yes, it does.
Actually really dry. It makes you want to drink another sip. Alright.
What's the
As for
ABV
the
on it?
ABV, you know what? I have no idea. I'll have to find it for this review when I post it. But it's actually really nice, and it's got a nice light body to it as well.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Anyway, we're going to sit down with this one for a bit, and we'll come back with some thoughts. Be right back. And we're back with Indian Beach Nut Brown. So what did I think of this one? I actually really liked it. It tastes more like an IPA than you would think of a nut brown ale. I mean, it's got those nut brown qualities, like a slightly nutty flavor, some caramel, a little bit of like fruitiness, like apricot or something. Maybe even some touches of red fruit. But it's got some really nice hop qualities, and not so much, like I said before, not so much in the bitterness side, but the real alpha acid, really tasty side. It's got some really nice hop tastes without being an incredibly bitter beer. Like if I were to rate this on an IBU scale, I'm not an expert or anything. I have to say that every time, by the way. I'm not an expert at rating IBUs, but if I were to rate this thing's IBUs, I'd have to say that the IBUs are like maybe in like the 30s, maybe even the 20s. No, not the 30s. Like 30 at the most. So like somewhere in the teens, 20s, you know what I mean. Whatever. So honestly, I mean, it's not a really very bitter beer, but it's got some really nice fresh tasting hop flavor. It's got nice like notes of like sprucey pine, earthy hop bitterness, touch herbal, and a touch some nice grapefruit taste in there as well. Grapefruit citrus. And I, for one, really appreciate just how nice and tasty that is. So when it comes to being a brown ale, its brown ale qualities are a little on the subdued side, but it's got a nice, fresh tasting hop taste. And not only that, it's a nice, light, medium to light beer that's easily drinkable. Like this is probably this is the end of my second glass. I really enjoyed this, and there's only like a little bit left in the growler. Kudos to Big Tide for making this one. This is another stunning beer that I've reviewed on this channel. I'm going to give this a high 4.0 out of 5, and Neely told me between the breaks that she gives this a 4. So really, from both of us, a 4 rating on... It's the third beer from Big Tide that got over a 4 from me, and that's something to speak for. Perhaps maybe it's because their beer's made fresh here in small batches, or the fact that they got some really nice brews on their hands. And I think that this is a step in the right direction of them starting to put their stuff in growlers, because this is stuff that you could sell in bottles quite easily. I think that they've got something going for them, and I really hope for them they're the best. Anyway, if you get a chance to try it, it's only a seasonal. If you do get the chance to try it, go down and try their Indian Beach Nut Brown Ale, because it's really nice. Anyway, thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review. Hope you enjoyed watching this review, because I certainly enjoyed drinking this beer. Talk to you later. Bye.